Welcome back to DXB today. A bit of a travel special for you this evening here on the show. Why? Well, summer's just around the corner. Well, some will say summer has arrived, but in terms of your travel, if you haven't got plans in place just yet, you might be out of luck. Thankfully, got a whole host of guests with real wanderlust. They're going to point you in the right direction, including our next guest, a thought leader helping to elevate the world of travel at the moment by driving strategic initiatives and, of course, partnerships across the globe. Please welcome to DXB today, Glenn Johnston. Glenn, good to have you on board as always.
Great to be here. Super excited.
We've got the who travels more competition going on at the moment. I know. We can get that debate running a little later on. Come on, show us your Sky Miles. Who's got more? But let's talk about profiles if we can, yes. Because we talk a lot about destinations, we talk a lot about trends and things like that. One thing you can guarantee, and we also remember that this place is a hub for travel, is that citizens, residents, people that call this place home are great travellers. They're born travellers in many ways.
That's right.
Has the profile of the Middle Eastern traveller evolved over time? Has it got more influential as time goes on? And where are we at the moment?
It certainly has. And I think especially after COVID, this region was the first to, once the gates were open, we were the first to travel again around the world. You still see parts of Asia still not come back yet. Even Europe, traveling again, but a lot more regional. But the Middle East, we're happy to travel anywhere as soon as we can, and that's what we did. And what we're finding now is also that a lot of tourism boards and places around the world are really looking at that. We know on average, people here are traveling around about 4 times a year. Wow. That can include business travel as well, but as a community, that's extremely high compared to overseas markets. And so that's why a lot of people are having the attention here. Also, another key part though is also when we travel, we do tend to spend a lot more than other markets. Yes, maybe not me, but I know you do, Tom.
Just can't help myself, Glenn. Can't help myself.
Glenn, what would you say Middle Eastern travelers typically look for in a holiday destination? Because I mean, living in Dubai, needless to say, we are quite spoiled. And although I'm excited to go to a destination, once I reach the place, I've seen this 5-star hotel, I think to myself, I've seen better in Dubai.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's true. I mean, Dubai is a fantastic destination. But I think it's also, we travel for different reasons as well. I think a key part that many of us might travel is to reconnect with family, or maybe to reconnect with friends or with partners. We might travel, as we were mentioning before, wellness programs and to rejuvenate. We can also be traveling also just to escape and find new destinations that maybe our friends haven't been to yet, just to sort of have one up on them. So it's really interesting in why people travel. But then with that, I can definitely say that as a community, we are spoiled. We've got a lot of choices. And I think a key part that we're looking at to even more and more now is accessibility. So that could be with regards to direct flights, but it could also be with regards to visas. We know that certain destinations have been opening up or making their visa waivers a lot more easier for UAE residents, for example. We have Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, even just recently Morocco has also opened up that way. But even for nationals, visas have become a lot more easier just recently for the UK, also for places like Japan. So these are a lot of other reasons why people going to decide on a particular destination.
So Glenn, I'm going to throw a question at you that was thrown at me in
Please.
terms of off the beaten track, unique destinations, the trendy spots for the year. What would they be for you?
That's a really good question and a hard one to answer, but I have to say that not last summer, but the summer before, I went to Kyrgyzstan. And that was fantastic to completely get away from it. It was there was no buildings, there was only yurts, there was no access on the phone. It was funny, and with the friends, we all had a wonderful time, you know, just had the best time. And as we're coming down the mountain, suddenly we came into connection, bing, 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 and then we were straight onto our phones again. And we were thinking, oh, it's a nice little break to have as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think places like Central Asia has a lot of destinations and a lot of attractions for people to discover. But I'm a real foodie. So another thing for me as well is like traveling around the world. And I think, like you mentioned, places like Japan, but I know even like in California with this farm to table concepts, there's a lot of reasons I mentioned for people to travel. And yeah, so for me, it's kind of those unique small places that are a bit different.
So there's a lot of like buzz and excitement around the region as well. A lot of people, as we were saying, like instead of going international and going to all of these places, what about around the region, around the Middle East? Saudi Arabia
Yes.
is something that a lot of people are talking about and going to. And I know, Glenn, you've got a little bit of information about that. I've still not been. I really would like to go. What's your take on Saudi?
Lane, we have to get you there. I love Saudi Arabia. It's a fantastic destination. We're very, very fortunate and privileged to work with the Royal Commission for Al-Ula. It's offering amazing heritage and nature, but on top of that, wellness programs, also opportunities to meet with actual local people, cultural programs. So there's something there that, and then all the different events that they have during the time. I know for this coming summer, they've got some really great packages that are available that have just been launched actually just 2 days ago. So this is something that people might want to look into, and yeah, but the whole country of Saudi has really got something, a great energy about it. And the wonderful part about Saudi are the Saudis themselves. They are so hospitable, and they'll invite you to your house. They'll invite you, oh, we need to go to the desert. Really wonderful country.
Hang on, we've got voices in my ears at the moment. Oh, hang on. It's Dubai tourism. They're saying it's all good and well talking about other countries, but what about us? We are DXB today. But to that point as well, I mean, a lot of people will look to the UAE, and maybe in the past, a lot of people said too hot during the summer, nothing to do, etc. There's no point. That's changed, hasn't it? Are we seeing more footfall come, not just to holiday here during the summer, but also stopping off here, going on to other destinations?
Absolutely, you see a lot of that, especially because of the different airline networks being a hub here, whether that be through Sharjah, Dubai, or Abu Dhabi. You have a lot of people sort of coming in from one continent, coming through the UAE, and then going on to another continent. And a lot of people are doing the stopovers. But even having said that, even my summer there, I love staycations.
Yeah.
So even for me, it's a great time to actually relax and enjoy the hotel life, and you get great deals. So so I'm very much a fan of Dubai as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we take for granted how amazing the hotels here are. Because we live in the city, I feel like we don't explore them as much. Glenn, please stick around with us, and thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. Now it's time for today's Spotlight. It is on a company helping you turn your photographs into memories easily through stunning photo books, framed prints, gifts, and more. Preserving your cherished memories in top quality. This is Cherry Picks.
Hi, my name is Jolene Nash, and I'm the founder of Cherry Picks. Cherry Picks is a design-led photo printing company that helps you preserve your photos into beautiful memories in print in an easy and helpful way. Okay, we all have thousands of photos on our smartphones that we don't do anything with, and people find that they find it very overwhelming, and they haven't got the time to do anything with those photos. So we would like to help find an easy way to preserve those photos on a website, or you can send us your photos and you can have an easy way to cherish those precious memories. The major milestones that we've achieved so far is we've been able to upload a new feature onto our website where you can simply upload your photos using a QR code straight from your smartphone. And we've also now enabled female-only printing services. So in the beginning, there were some tech challenges in setting up the website, and also as a small business, you often have to outsource a lot of things, and we found that quite challenging, especially when it didn't meet our expectations in service delivery. Dubai is a great place to do business because it's very easy to form connections with other like-minded entrepreneurs and form social networks, as well as being very easy to set up your business in the first place. For me, Dubai is very multicultural, it's energetic and vibrant, and it's a safe place to live in.
Preserve those memories forever. Right, from Cherry Picks to our pick of the day, it's time for the roundup, Elaine.
It is, Tom. We're keeping with our theme today, something travel, something nice and different, and we've got a nice VT that we're going to have everyone watch, something very special, something new and exciting. Have a look at this. There we have it, it's official, His Highness has signed it off. We are having a new airport and a new world record is soon going to be happening. What do we think about that, guys? The horror.
We are the city of records. Gotta own it. I mean, it's only fair.
You know, a lot of people had this question in mind that will the Dubai airport completely close down once this new airport is open? Apparently it's not. It's going to stay in operation for a long time. We're not clear for how long, but then very excited about this new airport because it can accommodate up to 260 million passengers annually. I mean, does this mean that we're going to travel even more? Do you think airlines will be, I don't know, slightly cheaper as a result of this, or maybe there's no correlation at all?
Yeah, I think we're all hoping for that, but it might take a little while at this stage. But it's super exciting. And Dubai is already an international aviation hub, and this just really makes that clear and cut in cement. It's fantastic news.
You make a really good point. I mean, it's intent, isn't it? It shows the ambition here, it shows the intent, it shows the acknowledgement that the current airport, as convenient as it is for so many, is just not going to have the capacity to cope with the demand moving forward. So you go to a space that does do that, a little further out of town, much bigger space as well. We're going to have to wait 10 years, so we've got time to get our heads around this one as well. We've got time to plan accordingly. My only, there's no regrets whatsoever, my only question mark is around DXB, because that airline code is iconic for me, not just from an airline point of view, but from a city point of view as well.
I mean, it's a brand.
It's a brand in its own right. And with the move, can you transfer that? Because they've got DWC already, and can we shift over to otherwise? That's the only one I've got.
I think we've got to move on, Tom. I think this is it. This is for future generations, and we have to move on.
What about all the T-shirts with the DXB printed on them, eh?
It's true.
What about the show? What about the show?
Indeed, looking forward to the launch of the new airport. Glenn, thank you so much for your time and sharing with us your travel tips. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Coming up, we are learning about thematic holidays with the team at Hotel and Catering News Middle East. Plus, we've got music, so stay with us.